Welcome back, folks. I'm going to give you a moment here. Maybe you can guess what the theme of today's video is going to be. This is kind of the 800-pound gorilla in the room here. That's kind of cryptic, and I'll get to that. Oh, you know what I just found? One of the kids had one of these bracelets. Remember these plastic bracelets? I don't know where they got this, but holy crap. I remember collecting these things. That takes me back. Anyhow, Star Wars. I am a Star Wars kid. It was all Star Wars all the time when I was a kid. Nothing but Star Wars. Fast forward to 2025, and I could care less about Star Wars. As I've said, I've started collecting toys and stuff, and all that stuff. It's been mainly Transformers. It's been some GI Joe stuff that I never was into when I was a kid. Star Wars, I just don't care. I don't really care about buying toys, which is kind of sad. Here, I got a lunchbox. Check that bad boy out. This is kind of worn out. And, oh yeah, look, still got, oh, what's in here? Oh, here's the Emperor's staff, walking stick, cane, whatever. Where's the Emperor, though? What the hell? Yeah, still got the thermos. Fantabulous. I don't have many figures left over. Here's an R2D2 that has been just totally beat to hell. My dad had to, I don't know if you can see that, stick a screw in there because his head fell off. But there's R2. Man, I had some pictures of me as a kid with stuff, but anyway. Yeah, I sold off a crap ton of figures before I moved up north to Alaska many moons ago. The ones that I kept, I don't know where the heck they are. I got a Tauntaun. This is the Tauntaun with the solid belly. I still have a Tauntaun with the belly that you can burst open and shove Luke in. It's horribly yellowed. I've got the land speeder here. Oh my god, I should have dusted this thing. Good lord. Got a land speeder, and oh, that is Admiral Kirk from the motion picture. Let's not turn this into a Star Trek video, but Star Trek the motion picture, very underrated Star Trek film. Land speeder. I've had this for, almost 50 years. The gear shift thingy that raised and lowered the things. It was in one piece until I let my son touch this, and he immediately broke it. Kind of it. Oh, there it is. I knew it was in there somewhere. Here, let's pop the frunk. Put that in there. This thing is great. These wheels just roll, and the thing just hovers. Ah, so cool, so great. After all these years, got T-47 snow speeder here. Oh, do I have batteries? No, there's no batteries. I could feel it. No batteries in there. Boing. Yeah, still got this. I never had a lot of vehicles. This was probably. Oh, where's my ATST? I think I still have an ATST. This was kind of it. I had, and I still have somewhere. There were the four so Empire Strikes Back. You know those little vehicles. Oh man, I wish I knew where the heck they went to. I'll blame my kids again for that. Yeah, I had this vehicle. I always wanted a Y-wing. I really, really liked the Y-wing when I was a kid. Really dug that, but I never had The Star Wars vehicles. I had an Ewok Village. Not terribly exciting. The Twin Pod Cloud Cars. I had one of those. Yeah, I guess I had a ton of Empire Strikes Back stuff. I got some scissors. I had a Luke Skywalker toothbrush that I thought I knew where it was, and I couldn't find it before the video. But then, I still have a pillowcase here from Empire Strikes Back. I got this shirt from Return of the Jedi, which you can kind of see it. That doesn't fit me anymore. Although it fit my son when he was, I think, 4 or even 5. Shocking. Check this stuff out, boyo. You got a little book here, which talked about yada yada, that you listened along to on. Okay, folks, check this out. A record. A record? What's a record? A 33 1/3 speed record. What the heck does that mean? Yeah. I remember listening to this. I especially like the Empire Strikes Back record. The Empire Strikes Back record they had some music from there. They had the Asteroid Field music, which I love that. I love that track. I love that ditty. I got a cup here from Burger King with these iconic scenes from Han Solo defending the bunker on Tatooine, I guess. Sure, I remember that scene. And then, of course, the scene of Luke Skywalker battling the Sarlacc pit right at the edge there. I don't know what drinking out of this plastic cup did to me. Maybe it explains why I'm just talking to myself on YouTube. I got some comic books. I was never a comic book kid in the traditional sense that, superhero comic book stuff. I don't know from superheroes, but I did collect the Star Wars and the Transformers and Star Trek. DC had a Star Trek thing. So I really need to go through some of these older Star Wars books because we all know Star Wars ended, 15 years ago or so. After I heard a theory or a rumor about George Lucas selling Star Wars, I guess. What the? Yeah. Not a big fan of Star Wars these days. And, plus I hear from the head of Lucasfilm that these don't exist. There's no Star Wars. There's no Star Wars fiction outside of the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy. And yep, this is not the number one Star Wars book. When did they print this? 1982. So it's a reprint of. This must have been like 3 or 4 issues for the movie. I don't know, whatever. It's kind of beat. I mean, it's not in bad condition considering. Hey, here's something else we can complain about. How about Lego? Remember when Legos were all blocky and they didn't just build pieces just to fit whatever. Here's an oldie. Here, let's open this thing up. And I'm sure if there's any comic book collectors there, you can chastise me about this. Is that Johnny Bench? Oh, lordy, look at that. What was I going to say? Yeah. I'm sure you can tell that this is the wrong kind of bag I should have this book in. But hey, there's a cardboard. I got it back here. Number 11. So is this from like 78? Yeah, 78. Nice. Hey, this is in pretty good shape. Holy cow. Should I get this graded? Whatever. Not worth it, I'm sure. There was some stuff back then See, they had this bunny guy here that Han Solo palled around with. Wait a minute. This has Luke. I thought I had one of these with when was the one with Han and the bunny guy? Oh, I don't know. Now this is something that blows my mind that I kind of remembered, but kind of didn't remember. Comic books had ads, but good God, there's probably 5 pages of actual comic book in here and 20 pages of ads. I mean, holy crap. Seriously. I mean, I kind of don't mind paying $4 or whatever these days for a comic book with no ads. Yeah, Star Wars. That was great. Taught me so much when I was a kid. Gave me so much enjoyment when I was a kid. I had so many toys when I was a kid. It was all about Star Wars. And then, modern day, people forget how to write stories. This is why I don't really talk about Star Wars anymore. Although, I do have a VCR. I brought a VCR up to Alaska with the sole purpose of watching the VHS, the theatrical cuts of the original trilogy. I have those hiding somewhere. They still work. I remember I reviewed them with my son. Gosh, was that my 40th birthday? He was like 4 years old or something, and we sat down and watched Star Wars. He had no idea what was going on. It was something else. But yeah, talking about Star Wars. Wait, what was I just gonna say? I do have a couple books that I need to read. I did pick up recently because I've been putting off reading. There's the Revenge of the Sith novelization, which I've heard is really good. I got that. I think that's on deck to read. And then the Darth Plagueis book, which I hear is pretty good as well. So at least there's some good Star Wars fiction out there, I guess. But yeah, that's Star Wars for you. This is probably going to be my only Star Wars video. Yeah, thanks Disney for killing my childhood. Go fuck yourselves. Peace out, folks!